Where do black men stand in the finance department? I think it's a generalization. It really comes down to mentality. You know, if you're college educated, you most likely are meeting men who were in school with you or in that business world. So I really believe that, you know, where do black men stand in the finance department? That's a kind of vague question for me.
But I'll tell you, when I was home with my family one weekend, I'm just making an example. I was watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Never seen the show before in my life, and I watched it, and I saw the occupation of the men on the show. Then shortly after, I'm looking at The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, first of all, is anybody on the show married?
Right.
Right. So,
there are no men
but
on the
for
show.
the ones who are married, you're married to athletes. Not to say anything is wrong with these professions, but you're talking about, when you're looking at Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you know, they're plastic surgeons, you know, they own yachts, they're actors, you know, they're on Broadway. And then not to say that our men don't have those things, but not in abundance.
Right.
Like people of other persuasions.
And not to stray, just people's viewpoints and their horizons are different. Some people I met here in Atlanta, men especially, never been outside of Georgia.
Right.
Don't have a passport.
Right.
I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Right.
You don't go anywhere?
Right.
Do you know anything else besides Georgia?
Right.
They're like, nah, shot now.
Not okay. Absolutely. Not okay.
Shoddy?
Conversation over.
Conversation.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think their mentality definitely plays a major factor.
Okay, where are you trying to go? Okay, because I could date a blue collar man.
Yeah.
But do you have dreams and aspirations? Are you just complacent with white washing floors?
Right.
Is that it for you? You know, okay, like even if he's not where he wants to be, he needs to be making some serious moves and not just talking about it, about, you know, what his plans are for the future. But some men don't have that kind of foresight into the
or vision for themselves.
Right. So.
And I think, just like we said before about many things, I think a lot of it has to do with what you saw in your household. If there was this big push for the importance of education and going through and sacrificing a little bit of time to reap these rewards at the end, then you didn't know anything but graduate and go out and make some money.
Right.
So, and then you might not also have known what other professions were out there for you. You might have had some interest, and because on career day, no one came and talked to you about being a graphic designer, even though you love drawing, or nobody came and talked to you about being in advertising. You know, no one talked to you about
engineer or science. You know,
I mean, because a lot of times it's not until you get older that you realize all of the opportunities you had to do what you enjoy doing and making it a career. And if you're not taught to not only push for education and also go after what makes you happy and make it a career, then all you're doing is for a paycheck.
That's right.
And that's when you get limited in doing just what you see. Well, I can get a paycheck being an athlete, I can get a paycheck being an entertainer.
Right. Yep. And it's interesting when I go into schools and talk to the young children, the young boys, basketball player, football player, rapper, and there aren't enough men of, you know, engineers and scientists and so forth going into the school so that they can see. Even photographer, you know, those men who are following their creative passions to make it a career and make a living from it. I think it's so important that they mentor young boys and that may not have a father at home to provide that other, you know, view. Because watching television, you're right, that's all they see are for NBA, NFL, and BET, you know, and well, the instant gratification piece ties into that, and I mean, it's a recipe.
Shiny, what do you call it? Culture that goes after whatever we see shiny.
Yeah.